Go. I love it when I come into work and I'm getting ready to launch a today's special and I've never seen it before in person. I've seen it in pictures and I know what's coming up, and then I get to see it for the first time. And I always try to remember that moment because it's the exact same moment you're gonna have at home. And for me, when I saw these rings, that moment just screamed, wow. Wow, because for me, it was love at first colorful, stunning light. It is the most opulent cluster of incredible stones that I believe I've ever seen working at two really popular networks. And I don't say that often too. In fact, I've never said that before, but it is true about what you're about to see with this. I'm gonna go over what we have. Michael's gonna be joining me. We'll get into all the scoop, but you have three stunning, stunning choices. And when you see the brilliance and you see the color and you see just that saturation, this is all natural. So please remember that. It's so important to understand because you won't believe it. You're actually gonna doubt it, but it is. All right, here's your options. And I will also tell you, of all the matching pieces, we have the most darling bracelets, we have this gorgeous pendant, cluster earrings, all of the matching pieces, I have 100 or less. So just keep that in mind when I show you everything that's available. But this is the highlight. This is truly the star of the day. All right, starting here, that is a beautiful, believe it or not, genuine Tanzanite. Look at that violet color. That is absolutely what you want in a very, very high quality Tanzanite. It is amazing. This one is a natural color changing garnet. It is gonna go inside from a beautiful raspberry pink to one of the most vivid, luscious purples when you go out in the sunshine. That's a genuine color changing, one of the rarest garnets in the world. And then finally, guess what this is? You're not gonna believe it. That is all aquamarine stones. Unbelievable. I literally have goosebumps over these three. But to get that kind of fine quality, that kind of grade, it is almost impossible. But we turned to one man to make that happen. And then to do it at a price like this. This is unbelievable. $154, we're at $165 for the Tanzanite, $227 for the aquamarine, and all of that for a single day while they're available. Size-wise, because I know you'll start early, we have 5 through 12. So there's a lot to get into, but I want to introduce you to Michael. Michael is one of the world's renowned gemologists. He literally travels the world. He has amazing connections, and he brings us some of the finest gemstones we will ever show you on HSN. You are seeing the cream of the crop, and he's really passionate about what he does. I love him because he's fun, and he's funny, and he gets it. And when you meet him, and you understand, and you realize what kind of a value he's put together, I think you will absolutely fall in love with this piece. And it's gonna be one of those, I promise you, you're gonna open the box and you're gonna go, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was able to get something so exquisite. So I do wanna get him on because he's here, he's joining me from his studio. So Michael, welcome back, my love. And I'll tell you what, for me, it was, I saw them and literally jaw dropped, and the first thing I thought was, these ain't real. But I knew it was you, so I knew they would be.
Absolutely, Suzanne, great to work with you again. And yes, they are real.
Yes.
You know, Tanzania is really one of the most incredible countries in the world, and that East African nation produces some of the best gems known in the world. Matter of fact, GIA has dedicated entire issues of Gems and Gemology just to Tanzania. And all three gems that we're offering in today's special do originate from Tanzania, with more pegmatites than any other nation in Africa. And that is a very special igneous type of rock deposit that produces some of the most exciting gemstones in the world. Saturations, Suzanne, that you do not see anywhere else, like, example, the aquamarine, the Tanzanite, and that color-changing garnet, which is just over the top.
I think when you're saying over the top, you're absolutely right, guys. Here's the scoop. If you want any of these, I'm gonna show you the matching pieces as well. It's very important to understand that all the matching pieces are extremely limited. There's your cluster on the pendant. It comes with an 18-inch chain that has a 2-inch extender on it. This is gonna be your aquamarine, and then I am wearing that incredible color-changing Tanzanite, just gorgeous. We also have these gorgeous bracelets, small, medium, large, and they're wonderful because they are a little bit it like, I love it, a flex design. So easy on, easy off. These are available as well. 3 sizes, all 3 colors. But again, little heads up, if you want the bracelet, you want the pendants, or you want to do the cluster earrings, again, going back to the original Today's Special, all of these, I am so limited. I even was like, really, that's all we brought in? And Michael, you know, why is that? Because all of this is extremely limited. Obviously, the highlight's the ring, but you just can't get that many stones of this top quality, can you?
That's exactly it, Suzanne. One thing they taught me about at GIA is they said stone quality, it goes like a big bell curve. So most of what you find is that medium to below average quality. That is just what Mother Nature gives us. When we get into the top 5 percentile, which is really what you're seeing right there on your screen, the quantity, the availability of that product just drops off, ladies and gentlemen. So that is exactly why we're not able to bring you that quantity. For example, the Aquamarine literally is the top 5% of aquamarine that's produced in the world. Wow. Most aquamarine is really, really light in color, but that aquamarine is in a league of its own. The Tanzanite, look at the depth of color, Susanna. That Tanzanite, that's AAA. Again, that's in the top percentile. And that purple color changing garnet was so important that in 2017, and folks, you can download the issue free at GIA.org. It's free to the public. The spring issue, they did a whole issue on that color-changing garnet because they've never seen a garnet go from pink to purple, and it's untreated. So you have there 3 of the best specimens in the world.
Yeah, and you guys, I think this is one of those rare opportunities for me too. I'm just like you. I have such a passion for jewelry. I love beautiful pieces. I love what Michael does. And this is rarefied air that we can touch. You know, a lot of times you have to skip a lot of beautiful gemstones in our lives, especially if you love jewelry, right? You're like, oh, that's too much, or wow, that's out of the ballpark. Here's what you can do tonight, and it's tonight only, by the way. We have 5 flex pay on all jewelry just for today. It actually ends tonight at midnight. So for the example, if you're picking up, let's say the Garnet, it's $30.90. If you have someone who has a birthday in January and you want to treat them to really something that's spectacular, this is it. I mean, you really will be tickled. And I love it that we now can have something that's so opulent and beautiful, gorgeous quality gemstones, just the top of the top of the top, but not have to break the bank to do it. Now, little heads up, I guessed it. I told Michael earlier, I said, I think the Garnet's gonna be the #1, absolutely, you know, out of the gate, bestseller, and it is. Because it is also one of the rarest garnets you ever will find. The color change is magical, and I don't know if we can show that video, but I want you to talk about that a little bit more, because the color change is super apparent.
And it really, really is. And there it is. That's the actual today's special with the earrings. Look at that color change. Now, why? Now, Suzanne, and that is not treated. So this undergoes no treatment whatsoever. So let me explain to the folks at home. There are certain trace elements that are very important in gemology. Vanadium and chromium are what make rubies, emeralds, etc. This particular garnet is actually a naturally occurring hybrid. It's actually 2 garnets that have mixed together. And because of that, chromium and vanadium, those trace elements, has infiltrated the molecular matrix. I'm being very technical here. So what's happening, folks, is that depending on the wavelength of light, indoor light to outdoor light, this is actually changing colors. Now, in the whole world of garnets, this is the only one that'll go from pink to purple. No other garnet will do it because garnets are untreated. So this is some of the rarest stone in the world. It was front cover of Gems and Gemology. It's untreated. And Suzanne, it's got excellent clarity. So how often do you get a stone that has this phenomena, great clarity, and no color enhancement whatsoever? I mean, this one just pushes all the right buttons.
Oh, you're absolutely right, and it is glorious. Okay, so let's get into some carat weight on this too, because a lot, you know, obviously we're gonna judge by how much carats we're getting with this. I also wanna talk about your sterling silver and your 18K. So walk us through sort of a 360-degree on the ring, if you will.
Oh, absolutely. With the Tanzanite color change garnet we were just on, you're getting a carat 57 total weight. And notice how beautifully matched they are. The one thing, Suzanne and folks, is that if you're new to my collection, I actually pick the stones. So this is being done, this broadcast here in our factory. The factory is just behind the wall there, behind the camera. And I actually work and pick the stones. So I'm not a spokesperson. I'm the guy behind it. When we get to the Tanzanite, notice the color of the Tanzanite. That's AAA material. And Suzanne, that's really blue, isn't it?
Oh, stunning. It's exactly what you want in a Tanzanite. It is exactly what you want. That violet blue, almost like all three of these have electricity just blasting through them. It's such a spectacular design. And I love the shape that you did. You know, Michael, I love the scalloping. I love the shoulders of the ring. And please remember, this is all precious metal. Explain that too, Michael, because a lot of people know you, love you, and we're so happy you're here at HSN. But you are introducing yourself to a lot of new people who might not have met you before. Let's talk about how you do your precious metal on each of these, because that's important, and it is custom to your pieces.
It really is, and we're very proud of it because the silver plating that we buy is made just across the river here in Buffalo, New York. Now, most silver is silver with 7.5% copper, not our silver. That's what causes it to tarnish. Our silver, proudly made in America. It is silver and palladium. The palladium is almost $3,000 an ounce today. This is melted inside the silver. The benefit, Suzanne, and to you folks at home is that it stops tarnishing immediately. You never have to worry about tarnishing. It's as tarnish proof is, of course, 10 karat gold. Then we take the 18 karat, and that is where we get that two-tone effect. So every piece will either have the rose gold or the 18 karat two-tone effect. So these are the precious metals that go into each and every single piece, and those are the stones. This is a top quality line, but at an affordable price.
Oh, it is. It's wonderful. And it's really amazing to be able to treat yourself to the real deal. And notice the size too. You know, these aren't little teeny weeny stones you can barely see. They're not little baby chips. In fact, the ring itself is 5/8 by almost an inch wide by a 1/4 inch high. You do have 5 through 12 in terms of sizing. I do want to show the video of the garnet once again, because by far that is outselling the other two colors. And here's kind of what happens. When you have something really special like this, you'll see that difference. You'll be indoors under incandescent lights, and then you'll go out in the sunshine, and the personality completely changes. 3 to 1, this is outselling the other two choices. And here's always my advice at midnight, because I get to kick off a lot of today's specials. If you really are passionate about this, you know you're watching and going, oh yeah, that's got me written all over it. Or you know somebody in your head, you're like, oh, she would just love that piece. Or, oh my God, they're gonna love this piece. Then get it at midnight, because the problem is many of the items that match back are really limited. And then if something is selling as quickly as the garnet is, you just don't want to wait. Now it's okay, you might have a busy day, you might got a lot going on, but the problem is with Michael, when you come back later in the day, all of a sudden you go, are you kidding me? That natural color changing garnet that I've never seen in my entire life is sold out. And I've had it happen to me too many times. Well, because you know what's neat, Michael, is you take us into a world of gemstones that is really difficult for us to afford. This kind of quality is just usually out of the ballpark, and we wish and we hope and we would love, but thank you for taking us there. And you do it because you have these amazing relationships. You don't have big advertising campaigns, you don't have a lot of stars you have to pay for. You are the person who finds it, sources it, and even creates it. It's your beautiful jewelry house that creates these pieces. And so I think some people will question, well, how can they do such a good price on it? They don't understand how hard you work to bring this into us at this great value.
Oh, absolutely. And it's by going to the mines that we buy the rough ourselves. I'm actually doing here the color change property on the rough itself. So we actually buy that rough. We then send that rough to our own factory in Bangkok, which we own, and we do the cutting right there. So we cut out all the middlemen. And you're right, people don't realize the traveling that I have to do, but this is all natural material. I mean, take a look at that on the turnstile. Look at that aquamarine. Look at that Tanzanite. Everything here is AAA quality. I mean, it's beyond belief. Most aquamarine is this color. Look at the difference between what we're offering you. That's the top 5%. The color-changing garnet, the incredible, beautiful Tanzanite, deep, dark, rich color. It's fantastic.
Michael, you know what? I do want to give an update on some of the matching pieces, okay, guys? So if you will, Rick, can we talk about the pendants first? And again, we have all three colors. I'm actually wearing the color-changing garnet. I'll lean down here so you can see it. I mean, this just so beautiful. Again, if you want the garnet pendant, how many do I have left? You're kidding me? 80? Okay, if you want the pendant, it comes with the sterling silver alloyed palladium chain. There's 80 left in the garnet pendant. Okay, sorry, I know I look goofy leaning down, but I want you to see it. Now, what did you say? I missed it, Rick. If you want the Tanzanite, and again, I mean, guys, this is incredible for Tanzanite. There's 100 left in the pendant, and I have 250 left in the Aquamarine. So the pendants could very well sell out in our show tonight. And it's funny, because I know you're watching, you're going, yeah, right, right. You watch next hour, I'll be like, bye-bye, garnet pendant, we loved you so. So if you want the garnet pendant, 80 left, well, probably 70 left now that I've given out the scoop. 18-inch chain, 2-inch extender, all 100% precious metal. Yeah, thank you, Prince, for doing that. 18 karat gold here, 18 karat gold on the scallops. And I love the alloying process. He uses palladium and he uses, palladium, right? And you use sterling silver in the mix. So you get a very bright, durable, gorgeous sterling. Exactly. I love, Michael, thank you for elevating even your sterling. I mean, that takes, it's so much more effort.
Well, and what it is that, Suzanne, is that when you invest in a piece like this, 10 years from now, you can hand it to somebody, because unlike other sterling silvers, which need a surface coating to prevent oxygen and air from infiltrating the substrate, which causes the tarnishing, this doesn't have that problem. Think of this as diet soda. We removed the sugar, so you don't have to worry if you're on a weight loss program. Do you know what I mean? We've removed the problem, and we've replaced it with precious palladium. Now, look at it. Now, Suzanne, one second. We only worked once before. Sure. Comment on how well matched, because I worked very hard at that. Yeah. How's the matching between the pieces color-wise?
It is between all the pieces. Okay, that was something I was just admiring, because you have to understand what Michael's saying here. It is so difficult. If you're making a bracelet that's got all these gorgeous stones, it's got to be identical. And we have very, very slim, what would you call it, Michael? We have like a slim degree of colors when it comes to gemstones. And it's even harder to do one where all the stones have to match almost identically. That's why sometimes you see graduated pieces, because it's almost impossible to get enough rough to get them all to match to make even one ring, let alone a ring, a pendant, an earring, and a bracelet. Michael, they all match. You guys took extensive efforts. Here's the thing, Michael, and I know you're the same way. I wish we could take you guys through a tour of the painstaking process it goes to making this. You have no idea, you really don't. From actually finding it, getting to it, sourcing it, getting the quality. Michael's got to bring it back. And Michael, you can talk through it. I mean, you do the process all the time. It's incredible that you could pull this off tonight. I'm such a jewelry nerd. I have goosebumps of how beautiful and exciting, and I thank you for doing this, because of all of us who love jewelry. This is a moment where you don't want to pass.
Oh, no, and it is a moment that you really don't want to pass. And I take that very seriously where we do match pieces, because I know if you buy the bangle, if you buy the set, you want a set to not only look the same, you want the stones to be the same. This set will have that. Now, why is that? Because I'm a trained gemologist. I'm 63. I've been doing this for over 42 years. I pick the stones myself. I have also two other gemologists that I work with here. We take a lot of care in making sure that every piece is going to match every single piece. We have a very narrow range of colors that we go with. And, even we've had compliments from your QC department saying, wow, this is really good stuff. I know it is. Take a look at that color change garnet. Now, first of all, Suzanne, I'm dealing with a stone that's non-treated, so I'm left to Mother Nature's mercy. And yet I'm able to match these stones. So for every one stone that I pick, there's 2 or 3 that I reject. We go through thousands of stones. And that is why, folks, we don't have a lot of the upsells, the earrings and the bracelets and the pendants, because there's only so much rough out there that meets this high standard. But at least as a customer, when you do get it at home and you put the rings on, you go like, wow, I didn't know gems could be that color. They can be. They are. And one phone call will get it home to you. Take a look at that. Look, no matter what light you use, the Tanzanite is over the top. The clarity, the beautiful shape of that marquise, the band. Notice as close as you get. You don't see inclusions in the stones. These are all top quality material. Look at that aquamarine. I cannot tell you how rare that aquamarine is. It's just over the top. And Tanzania is the only country you can get that from. The only place. Brazil doesn't have quality like that. And that color change garnet, no other country in the world has that. One source only.
Michael, too, excuse me, just 1 second. Guys, I want to give you an update on the pendant with the chain. And again, you're getting well over a carat on this. You know, it's just so good. I'll give you some stats here in just a second. Okay, if you want the natural color changing garnet pendant, there are 60 left. This will be the first to sell out. Most likely it'll sell out this hour, okay? Just heads up. If you want the Tanzanite, and again, just, this is delicious. There's 90 left in the Tanzanite, and then I've got less than 200 now in the Aquamarine. I do want to jump to the bracelets, because again, I'm going to keep you updated on these because they were limited starting the show. We just don't have a lot of these at all. So in the bracelet, let me just give you the scoop real quick. In the bracelet, and it's flex bracelet, the small fits a 6.5, your medium is a 7, your large is 7.5. We're talking approximately 1.23 carats in each of the bracelets. In the Aquamarine, I have 100 left. In the color changing garnet, I have 115 left, and then in the Tanzanite I have 170. And guys, that's for 23.5 hours. That's all I have. Now, not to be outdone, I do want to show you the earrings because they're that same beautiful cluster. They're equally stunning. You're talking anywhere between 1.5 carats to 2.24 carats in the earrings. I have 70 in the Aquamarine. I mean, that is just, in fact, let me grab them for you real quick. I'm trying to get them all in here. There's your Aquamarine. There's 70 left here. And then I've only got less than a couple hundred. There's your Tanzanite. And of course, ooh, that's the color changing garnet that you see there on the end. So I do want to go back to, you know, really what is the highlight of the entire day, which is this gorgeous ring. Size-wise, we have 5 through 12. Now, understand, 5 and 12 always sell out first. They do, because they're unusual sizes. You know, you can't go to your local store, and you certainly would never, ever be able to find this kind of offer. If they had anything close, it would be a base metal, and it would be costume jewelry, and you'd still spend $154 on it, and it would absolutely not be the real deal. Here, you're able to treat yourself, and I think you should. You get it home, you have 30 days. If you don't love it, you can leave it at the mailbox. You can send it back, and we will give you a refund for your money. But this is one of those heirloom moments where you're going to add a piece into your collection that you absolutely will adore, and you'll pass down from generation to generation. And no one, in fact, if you tell, no one would ever imagine that this is $200 and less, according to which one you want to pick up. Yeah. Now, Michael, I know you have more to share with us, and I'd love you to tell us what is it about this that you think makes it just over the top spectacular?
What really makes it over-the-top spectacular is basically what I've alluded to. It's the high quality for the money that you're getting. But even aside of the money, no matter what you pay, in the case of, for example, the Aquamarine, that truly is 5% of all aqua that's mined. Did you see in the video that we showed you where you had the rough? Did you notice there was only a few pieces that are of that dark quality? That's the ones that I buy. The reason that this occurs, ladies and gentlemen, is that in Tanzania, the rust there, the color is caused by iron in the aquamarine. It tends to concentrate in the heart of the crystal. If you compare that to what happens and here's the Tanzanite. Now, that's why my Tanzanite is so good. What you're seeing there is the dichroic property of dark Tanzanite. Like, why do we love Tanzanite as people? Because it's the only stone in the world that will combine the heat of the fuchsia and the cool color of blue, and it combines it together. They've actually done studies on this. It's cool and hot both at the same time. But you only see that, Suzanne, when you have this dark color, which is what you're seeing there on the screen. And let's face it, notice how your eye is right away drawn to these color shades.
And it is. I think it's one of the things that make Tanzanite so very fascinating is that. Okay, another quick little update for you. Again, last chance, last opportunity on the pendant in the color changing garnet. That is a natural color change, guys. All of these are natural. Because I think if you're channel surfing or you're only half paying attention, when you see colors, Michael, that are this vibrant, this saturated, so deep, and really, quite frankly, breathtaking. Even as someone who's been in this jewelry business, and I've got the whole GIA certificates and all that kind of good stuff, you just don't get to see this very often. And you know you'd never see a color changing garnet at your local mall. That's not gonna happen. You might see Tanzanite, but it'll be watered down and weak and very expensive. You will see very watered down Aquamarine, nothing that compares to this. And here you have this unique opportunity for the price of a beautiful, you know, costume piece of jewelry. You're getting all precious metal, 18 karat gold, sterling silver. You're getting beautiful, rare, unusual, exquisite gemstones. gemstones, and a lot of them. And they're not just little teeny chips. These are all these gorgeous, gorgeous marquee shaped cluster. And then of course you've got the ovals that create the design itself. And you get all of this. If you want to use FlexPay, 5 flex on everything, it's $33.12 for the Tanzanite. Now, Michael, I do want to show the video of the garnet again, because I am just mesmerized by this. And 4 to 1, the garnet is outselling every other color that we have. Yes. So if you especially want the garnet, just because you want a magical stone, or it might be your birthstone, and you've certainly never seen anything like this, once again, take us through how rare this garnet is.
It's extremely rare because, again, this isn't now what you're seeing there is under 2 different light sources, daylight and indoor light, and it actually color changes. So what happens is that this garnet, Suzanne, is basically what we call a natural hybrid. I'm going to show people here. Here it is, okay? Okay. Indoor light. Now watch when I take it outdoors.
Oh my gosh.
This is live on camera. Look at that.
And that's not treated. It is not treated.
It's untreated. There is no other garnet in the world that'll do this. You know why? Because it has chromium and vanadium. Suzanne, garnets never have that. Look at this.
Wow.
Do you know how rare this is? No one has this material. This made front cover April 2017. Gems of Gemology. You can download it free of charge at GIA.org. It's free to the public. GIA makes all their publications free to the public now. And right on the front cover, you will see that garnet. Read all about it. It's extremely rare because it's a natural hybrid. And I'm quoting GIA, it is the most attractive color change garnet we have ever seen.
That is so exciting. And it's, honestly, it's so much fun. I love I think it's like women in our clothing, you know? We change our clothes to change our mood. Imagine having a ring that's gonna do that. All right, now 4 to 1, the garnet is outselling the other 2 colors. And again, just a little heads up, I know how this happens, especially when it's a really popular today's special, is you'll go tomorrow, you got lots to do, you're really busy, maybe you're working all day, and then you'll come back tomorrow night and go, oh no, what happened to that beautiful garnet ring? And unfortunately, it'll probably be sold out, or at a minimum, we will not have all the sizes. I think personally that that's going to be sold out here a bit early today versus the other 2, the Tanzanite or the Aquamarine. All right, so we do want to talk about the pendant, and this is only for a couple minutes because they're almost gone. Anyway, so let's get into the pendant really quick. In your Tanzanite, it's 1.21 carats, your garnet 1.65 carats, and then of course in the Aquamarine, it is coming in at 1.27 carats. You do get the 18-inch chain with the 2-inch extender on the back. Thank you, Michael, for doing that, guys. So you can actually adjust this to make it shorter, which is lovely, so it really pops and shows. It comes in at 1/16 of an inch by 7/16, and if you want that color changing garnet, we are down to how many? I have 29 left. This will be, this won't even make next hour. So all of a sudden you'll start to see things go away here in just a second. But Michael, can you give us a bit about the garnet? You can see those ovals and pairs are beautiful.
Totally, I will. What I did in the pendant is that, in all the pendants, depending what choice you have there, I chose the larger stones. So in the pendant, we have the 5x4s and the 5x3s. So in this particular gem set, and all 3 of them, those are very large size, especially the garnet, because as I showed you the rough here, these garnets, you know, it's funny with nature, folks, is that the higher quality the stone is usually, the smaller the crystal is. And that's because to attain that color, Mother Nature has to super concentrate or hypersaturate the crystal. So that's why really good stones tend not to be that large. But in this particular case, we used the biggest that we could get. So for the highest carat weight, that would be independent. I apologize that I could not get my hands on more. But what you're seeing here...
I know, because you know what, Michael? There's going to be so many people later today who will have no idea there actually was a color change garnet pendant. They're going to like, I didn't know that was even a thought. All right, and I love your flex cuffs. Why do you specialize in the flex? What do you love about that most, Michael?
You know what I love the most about it is that, you know, I'll tell you the truth. I was at the Hong Kong show a couple of years ago, and I was in the designer level. That was on floor number 3, and they were all showing these flex cuffs, and I thought, I can do that better. I can do that at a much better price. What I love about them is that they're flexible. They're easy to put on and off. We offer them in 3 sizes. They're all hand assembled. They have a titanium rod on the inside. They're made up of about 20 pieces. You put them on, they automatically face up. They stack with anything. So, you know, Suzanne, how everyone, there's a lot of gals today are stacking rings? This, you can do the same thing with these. You can make a collection and stack them up, and they play very well with pearls, bead bracelets, and watches. So I think you get a lot for your money with a flex cuff.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. And also, again, all three sizes. Here are the sizes. Small, 6.5, your medium, 7, and your largest, 7.5. Your total gem weight on the Tanzanite and Garnet is 1.23 carats. The aqua is going to come in at, what's my aqua carat weight? Do you know, Michael?
Yes, I do. The aqua carat weight is 1.23 carats.
Oh, it's beautiful. And again,
and you get stones that are as big as 6x3, by the way.
And I love the size. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I love the accents on here. Those are white zircons, which are genuine stones as well. And again, super flex, but really, really durable. I just think it's a very modern, very beautiful way actually to wear color and to wear a bracelet. Once again, if you want the natural color changing garnet, which I'm going to say that all night, we're down to about 90 left in the bracelet across all three sizes. That's not each size. That's literally 90 in all three sizes. I do want to pop in the earrings too. If you picked up the pendant, which I know a lot of you guys have picked that up to go along with the ring, we are down to final quantity in the earrings. And these are coming in at 1.6 carat, 1.56, 2.24 carats. In the aqua, how many do I have left now in your aquas right here? I bet you about 50. I have 60, okay, I was 10 off. So 60 left for the whole country for the entire day. Obviously for pierced ears, you're well over 1, going up to over 2 carats. Oh wow, you ready? In the garnet pendant, really, it's gonna sell out now. There are 5, now 4. So Michael, unfortunately that garnet pendant will not be around. Hey, you know what guys, if you like to do matchy, here they are. Grab the earrings. I just want to show them together. That really gives you a great idea just how big that pendant is when you see the earring beside it.
Yes. And garnets are incredible. And you know what's great about garnets too? Garnets never color fade. So that's the one thing about garnets. They're non-treated, but they're very durable against color fading. You can wear them all day in the sunshine. They never change color. All
right, guys, we're going to call that one sold out here in just a minute, so hang on. Okay, look at this. Now, we have some great stuff coming up. We're not done. We have such a strong, fun, beautiful show with Michael. He has knocked himself out. Michael, give us a little tease on this. What should we expect on this beautiful ruby?
This is according to, I'm quoting GIA, Burmese ruby has long been considered the finest ruby in the world. I picked this up when I went to Mogok. I actually visited the mine site. I bought the rough. This is the finest ruby I've ever sold. I mean, look at what's on the screen there. I mean, it's guys, beautiful. This is the good stuff.
This is my birthstone too, guys. So if you're a July birthday baby, this is one you want to treat yourself. And rubies are one of the 4, what they call kings and queens of gemstones. It's emeralds, rubies, sapphires, and diamonds. And you're getting Burmese, which is the best of the best of the best of rubies. And again, look at that amazing price. We have 5 flex, and I love you did this great little flex bracelet to go along with it. We are very limited going into the presentation. I have 40. Do I have 5 through 12 though, Rick? Are they all available? Okay, so if you want the best of rubies, again, that's why I love this show. I don't get to talk about Burmese rubies very often. No, I'm talking about the ring. Yeah, because with so few left, I'm hoping we have all the sizes. Oh, good, we have 5 through 12, great, but there's only a handful here. And I've got about 39 of the bracelets to go around, and we'll talk about that in just a bit. More with Michael, more with beautiful gemstones. I have a brand new Ethiopian Opal collection coming up that literally looks like fire, so you'll see that, and a whole lot more, so stay with me.
It's time to get ready for fall, August 6th through 8th. Get fit before the holidays, shop new work outfits, and check out new tech. Plus, celebrate the anniversaries of Professor Amos and Beekman 1802. Get ready for fall tonight at midnight on HSN and at hsn.com.
You can't afford not to be brave. It's not even an option. When life puts a wall in front of you, you break it down. Remove the fear. Remove the uncertainty. Be authentic. They say fortune favors the bold. I've been bold all my life, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon.
We're
Worry about one less thing with our Protection Plus plans at HSN. Electronics, fitness equipment, even jewelry can be covered. Shop smart and protect your purchase. It's easy to add when you're checking out. Search Protection Plus at hsn.com for more details.
I have journeyed around the globe. I've seen the beauty the world has to offer. Now I'm bringing you new fabrics, patterns, and soft silhouettes with spicy details. Exotic, but with a new degree of sophistication. Global chic is all about fashion freedom. So be free. Iman Global Chic, only on HSN.
Did you know that we have amazing items and deals you'll never see on air? That's right. You'll only find them at hsn.com. We're talking top brands, exclusive names and bundles, plus thousands of products all the time. Discover all our best deals all in one place, including offers you'll see online only. And with hundreds of videos and customer reviews, we make it easy to shop smart. Click, explore, discover, and get more of what you love. Only at hsn.com.
You're watching HSN, and I'm Suzanne Runyon, and thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Michael Valitutti is with me. He just knows great jewelry, really good jewelry. All right, I do need to give you an update. If you are on the line for the color-changing garnet pendant, it is now sold out. Now, the good news is I still have this one, which is the Tanzanite, and I also have available the Aquamarine. So if you still wanted to get a pendant, there's 190 of the Aquamarine, because I'm getting a live update. And in the Tanzanite, how many do I have left? I have 65 left. So the next one, which could sell out next hour, will be the Tanzanite. And again, bold, beautiful, pear-shaped, all beautifully prong set. The scalloped edges, 100% precious metal. It's just spectacular. So again, if you're thinking pendant, because you're like, well, you know, a little necklace for my Zoom calls still, then you want to get the pendant tonight. Please don't wait on any of the pendants and let it go throughout the day, because they absolutely won't be here. And unfortunately, the garnet one is completely sold out already. Okay, now we're going to move into another spectacular stone. And really, it is Michael who brings us these incredible discoveries. Not really, I mean, to HSN, you know, it's not discovered, it's just these rarities, these things that you just don't find anywhere else. And this is Burmese Rubies, and a whole lot of it. So brand new, you're seeing it for the very first time. Let me give you an update. In the ring, I have only less than 200 now available. In the bracelet, I am now under 40 available. In the bracelet, I have only medium and large, the medium 7-inch, the large is 7.5. Your ruby, listen to this, 2.58 carats on your ruby. That is a total. And what's even better, you have zircon accents, which are genuine, and this has gorgeous rose gold. This delicate, beautiful rose gold accent just highlights those incredible rubies. It is a sensational ring, Michael. Big, bold, incredible. What a find. I mean, thank you for doing this, because it's really something special.
Oh, it really is my pleasure, Suzanne. And even when I studied at GIA, you know, they taught us that Burmese ruby is in a cut above. And it's because, and I actually visited Burma. I actually went to Mogok, and I understand now the geology and why and how these stones are formed. I mean, take a look at that. Suzanne, I can tell you as a gemologist, I've been on television now for 24 years. This is the best ruby I've ever sold.
Wow.
It's the best ruby. And I actually visited Mogok myself. And it is an area of the world that is surrounded. It's a valley. It's an elevated valley that's surrounded by 3 mountain ranges. Now, here I am in Mogok filming this. Everything is mined by hand. And this is what we call an alluvial secondary deposit. So all the rubies were formed in the mountains surrounding Mogok, and then over time, eons and eons, those rubies come down the rivers, and they form and they collect in Mogok. Mogok is like a depository. It's a natural depository of rubies, and it's the only place like it in the world. So the benefit, folks, is that as the rubies tumble down, and this takes hundreds of millions of years through erosion, the rubies that make it to the bottom of the valley are only the best. That's why, Suzanne, look at the clarity and the color of these stones. And by the way, we just can't say Burmese ruby. We had to send them to GIA for origin verification. Not only did I go to Burma, they verified this is true Burmese ruby.
Oh, you know what, Michael? It is such a pleasure to even hold this on my hand. And I'll tell you, you did a spectacular design with this. It's almost crown-like in a way. Obviously, it's a double row. Yeah. You have beautiful zircon. I really love the rose gold accents. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you, thank you. And I really think it plays so well with the stone. Look at the beautiful filigree work that we do. We're very proud of that. We're a very vintage-inspired collection. And the individual size of these stones, you know, you're looking at, they're 27 points each. And the smallest stones are over 21 points each. So these are quite substantial stones. This isn't a ring that was put with little tiny chips. These are big specimens.
Yeah, oh my gosh, you're not kidding. You know, a lot of times, and you know what's here's crazy? You know, I'm a big fan of ruby. It's my birthstone, so you guys have a July birthday. We just had our birthdays, right? Yeah. This is something that is so timeless, so elegant. No one in a million years, because you will say, oh, by the way, it's Burmese ruby. If someone asks you like, oh, I'm wearing Burmese, and if they know anything about jewelry, they would never in a million years think you could pick this up, honestly, for $434. Burmese rubies are considered the best of the best of the best. They're some of the rarest rubies. Michael, you've absolutely matched the colors. This is natural. It is that, what they call pigeon's blood red. That, when you're talking rubies, this is what all other rubies out there dream of being someday. And here's your opportunity to have this, to wear it. And I'll tell you what, I love it. I love the shape of it. I love the fact it's a wide band, Michael. It feels so good on your hand. And I love it too, because even though it's wide with the scalloping, it's very, very comfortable. I mean, that's a ring. This is a showpiece.
Yeah, I mean, you compare this to other rubies that are out there. I mean, it's in a league of its own. And the reason that I went to Mogok is not just to see where these gems are formed. I bought the actual gem-bearing gravel right at the mine site, which I have some of it here, and I have the ring laying on top of it. And the reason I want to show you, folks, is that this is the gem-bearing gravel that we saw in the video. Now, what we do is we get that, and we actually take a black light, and we shine it. See how those stones fluoresce? Those are the actual rubies, and that's how we separate it. So what's the big deal of this is that, Suzanne, by me going directly to the mine and buying the gem-bearing gravel, and then I took it, separated the ruby, sent those to Bangkok, my factory. We cut the stones. We cut all the middlemen out because, Suzanne, if I went to Tucson and bought these rubies, it would be $900 on air. It would not be this price. I had to go to that mine, and we had to fly into Mandalay. It took 14 hours to drive through 3 mountain ranges to get to this most remote area of the world where they mine these stones to buy the gem-bearing gravel, to bring it back. And that's how we're able to do it, because I've learned a long time ago, Suzanne, if you don't go to the mine, you're not going to get the deal.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm sure. Absolutely. Okay, guys, let me give you an update on sizes. If you need 5 or 11 or 12, I have a total of how many left? 30 maybe? Between those 3, okay? And we only have a couple hundred to begin with, so that's very, very small amount. By the way, the width on this is 7/16 by 3/16, and again, we're talking 2.58 total carats between the ruby and the zircons with that great, I love the scallops of the rose gold. I do want to mention too, because you'll see it here on the top, if you want the cuff, we're down to the last 29. Now, these are going to be sold out. And Michael, again, really beautiful. Love the flex cuff. In fact, small's already gone. All I have is medium, which is 7-inch, and a large, which is 7.5 inches. And again, this will be totally sold out. There's 3 left in the large. But thank you for making it easy to put this one on. I really love, you know, the flex cup I love its beauty because there's just something really delicate and lovely about it. But because you put that titanium wire, it's super durable.
Right. Oh, it's super, super durable. It comes with a full guarantee or manufacturer's warranty. And what I love about the Flex Cup is that it allows you the opportunity to get into the world of Burmese ruby and not spend a lot of money. That's what I really, really like about that. The band ring, of course, that is when you're getting serious about your ruby. I mean, the band ring, the size of those stones. By the way, that's the most substantial ring to date that I've ever sold in a Burmese ruby, weight-wise, carat-wise, size-wise.
Okay, so here's what's funny. I love the garnet a color changing garnet because again, it's red, but a color change, it's fascinating, of the TS, of the today's special. But in addition to that, I think I might be picking this ruby up. Because when it's your birthstone, honestly, when it's your birthstone, Michael, you know, that's really something. It is, again, guys, I've never had a Burmese ruby. They're way too expensive. I can't afford that, but I know how much Burmese rubies are. And to get all of this metal and to get such a wow design, even from a distance. And I love the band style. I think it's very easy to wear. I think it's a little more contemporary to wear a band style. So again, this very well could be in my collection. I've been doing a little jewelry shopping lately. All right, so again, please stay on the line for this and for that cuff. I will let you know when the cuff is sold out. All right, ready for this? You know what this is like, Michael? This is like fireworks on the 4th of July. It's like one goes up and it's beautiful, and then the next one goes up and you're like, oh, that's so pretty. We're now going to Ethiopia, which again, you will find some of the rarest of the rarest of the rarest when it comes to these opals specifically. And there's only been a handful of times where I've been able to present Ethiopian opals because they are that rare. So what you're looking at is we have these stunning drop earrings. I mean, how magnificent are these? We have this amazing line bracelet, and I have it available in small, medium, and large. And then, and I only have 40 in each, and again, this is unbelievable. We'll get into all that in just a second. And then check out that ring. The ring I have available in 5 through 12. I do not have a ton of any of these. Once again, when you see Michael's shows, it's not like he can bring in 25,000 of anything. But Michael, I know the highlight. In fact, you've got so much stonework and so much going on. I know the highlight's the Ethiopian Opal, but wow, have you done a lot with this collection?
We really have, and the reason that we did in the bracelet all the many colors and in the ring too is that Ethiopian Opal has an incredible display of what we call play of color. And it's unprecedented in the world of opals because it's a hydrophane opal. I'll explain that in a few minutes, but it really has play of color. The touches on other colors is green, and it's the reds, and it's the blues. And I really wanted to emphasize that. Now, Ethiopian Opal has a which I alluded to, it's a hydrophane opal. What does that mean? It has no water content. Folks, if I take you to Australia and I sell you an Australian opal, you're buying a gem that's up to 15% water content. When it dries out, it cracks. That's why opals from that part of the world crack. Ethiopia Velo Mine. Remember that. It's the only place in the world where an opal exists with 0 water content. That means, Suzanne, you can wear this all the time and it's not going to crack because it will not dry out.
That's unbelievable.
And that play of color is all natural.
I can't get over that. So really, you don't have to baby these opals.
No.
Oh,
you don't.
But guys, look, right, you know, Prince, that's such a good shot. You have to appreciate this is magical. Like, again, it's so funny. I love jewelry so much. And I am, look, if you could see my arm, I'm such a nerd. I have goosebumps. Look, you can see it. You can see my hair. I have goosebumps on this one. Because, you know, again, much like that Burmese ruby, girls, this is impossible. If you went to just the finest jewelry store in New York City, these could potentially be thousands and thousands of dollars. Yes. I mean, think about it. It's all precious metal. Michael, you really, I love, emphasize the 18K on this. Why did you choose to really do a lot of 18 karat on this one?
Well, I'm Italian. I love 18 karat gold. I think it goes with absolutely everything. And it really just, I think, brings out the gemstone. Yeah. It really, really does. Oh, another thing about the silver-plated mallow, it will not irritate your earlobes. Why? Because it doesn't have that copper.
To the back.
It irritates you. So that's
oh, my gosh. And look, they do really big butterfly clasp on the back. Because this is, look at the, you know, I love it. This is a great example of what you'd expect anytime from Michael. You will see all finished. It's so simple not to do the back of an earring, you know, because that's a lot of precious metal to use up, which basically no one sees. But Michael, you wouldn't do that. You're a fine jeweler. You're you know, this is where you excel. So even the back of the earrings, you could almost reverse them and they would still be beautiful to wear. But then look at this. And girls, here's what I'm gonna say. If this happens to be your birthstone, you're an October baby, treat someone. If someone's getting married, oh my gosh, if you've got a bride in your future, please, please give her these earrings. Not only will she look magnificent on her wedding day because they're so gorgeous and so elegant, but years from now, she'll put them on and go, oh, I remember Mom and Dad, you bought these on my wedding day. And then her kids will tell the story. So here's your chance. Do not miss out on these earrings. $299.09, but remember 5 flex pay, which means you're gonna spread your payments out over 5 months. You'll get it right away. Use a major credit card. They're yours. Now the ring, I do wanna focus on that because unfortunately it is starting to get really limited. I have 5 through 12. I love this because, Michael, what are the stones that you use to accent around the ring?
Oh, the ring is beautiful. The ring, of course, you get the 9x6 pear shape. Then we get the wonderful, beautiful citrines. We get the peridot, the Swiss blue topaz, and the London blue topaz, because, again, those are the colors that you see when you look into the opal. And this opal forms not in a vein. It forms in what we call little nodules. So if you go to Tucson, you'll see some vendors that have a opal rough. It actually looks like they have little tiny eggs of sand. And when they crack them open, the opal is on the inside. No other opal in the world forms that way. And I think that's why it has such great play of color. Yeah. Because it's the way it forms versus a vein. So there's a lot of gemological reasons why. Oh, look at that. Look at the quality of that stone. It's just fantastic.
It is fantastic. Fantastic is the perfect word. Okay, by the way, ring 5 through 12. The drop earrings, I'm very limited on that. I have 150 left, and those are going to be sold out. In the line bracelet, we have small, which is available. We have the medium, and we have the large. Again, we're talking, 6.5, 7.5 inches, and you're talking 1.7 carats to 1.52 carats. That's all just in the bracelet. The bracelet, by the way, I now have 125 left, and then that's sold out. And unfortunately, you could not see, briefly you did, but the intricacy of the artwork and the craftsmanship on this is out of this. I'm just gonna show it real quick, guys. I know we gotta move, but I just want you to see, look at how amazing each and every one of those links are. I mean, that is truly that high-end couture level jewelry making that you just don't get anymore. It's just exquisite. Okay, let me give you an update on this. Oh, we have 130 left. I love it because you guys go online ahead of the show, and I know you shop because I do the same darn thing. I'm gonna give you a live look. I have 5 through 12. We will get to this. This is London blue topaz and genuine white zircon. Look at that band. Isn't that sensational? But look at that stone. Have you seen anything in a London blue that looks quite like this? There we just put the left counter up, 131. I expect it to sell out before our 2 hours are up tonight with Michael. Also, if you want 11 and 12, there are 5 each. I mean, come on, that is sensational. By the way, let me look real quick if I've got it in front of me. I do. We are talking 7.75 carats. That is a showstopper. That is something that people will grab your hand and say, oh my gosh, where in the world did you get that ring? Unbelievable. 5 flex pay tonight while we've got it. If you want to get the Burmese Ruby bracelet, there are 13, 1-3. I have medium, but remember too, it's got a lot of give here. So even if you typically wear a large, you're gonna be okay because you've got some stretch in here. There are 13 left, 152.95, 5 flex. You will not see this later today. Guarantee it, that will be completely sold out. And I love what Michael said. Here's the ring, which I'm all about the ring, but if you want to do Burmese and you just can't go $400 and some, then you definitely want to grab what's left of the bracelet before it's sold out. Okay, so let me tell you about our HSN card. Little gem that we have, haha, pardon the pun. We love this card because right now, if you apply for the card and the first thing you purchase, we will give you $10 off on that item, and that's okay. It's not the best we do, but it's still pretty good. But really the whole point of the card is all the access to all the special offers and deals you have after you own the card. And if you'd like to get more information, you can get it on hsn.com. All right, we're gonna move on. Michael and I have such a cool show. By the way, next hour, just to tease the bejeebers out of you, that London Blue's coming up. Still, we have an unbelievable amethyst that you must stick around to see. I promise you, toothpicks, whatever it takes, a little caffeine, you gotta see that. And we have brand new station bracelets coming up that are mind-boggling. So yeah, pretty darn good show tonight. Okay, so this one I love because it's just the sophistication of beautiful pastels. And I know we're gonna look at it real quick. One of the longest necklaces Michael's done. I think it's really updated with kind of this unique design with the stonework. And best part is it's on sale. So 26 inches, you have a 1.5 inch extender on the back. Your gems are talking about 10 millimeter up to 20 millimeter, so very large, up to even 13 millimeters inside there. Peach moonstone, rose quartz, citrine, amethyst, clear quartz, and purple quartz are all in this necklace. So Michael, why did you design this piece?
Well, we really, you know, what I love about is what we do is that it's not just our gemstones. I work with the greatest team of designers here, and I just want to show everyone what we can do for you, even in a necklace like this. Notice how we've separated, how we've designed it, how we've used about 6 different qualities of gemstones and species, how the clasp is an extra large lobster clasp. It's plated, of course, in the 18 karat gold. It has a little dangling charm. And then we have these little beads that are stippled, that kind of separate it. So it's a very sophisticated look at, you're not paying a lot of money. That does not look like a $100 necklace.
No,
I mean, it looks
not.
like you paid 3 times that price.
No kidding. And that's all genuine gemstones and all precious metal, and it's a hair bit over $100. I mean, again, that just shows, it's incredible. It's a great piece at $125. It's even better when it's a hair bit over $100. And Michael, because it is all gemstones and it's all precious metal, this is years and years of tossing it on and wearing it with the turtleneck or the cute little white blouse, or popping it on with a t-shirt, or dressing it up if you want to. It's just a really awesome little piece to add to your collection. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap up on that, and we're gonna get to my London Blue Topaz ring, because I'm so excited about it. All right, here we go. By the way, the necklace, I have 150 remaining, so very, very limited, but drum roll, please. This is brand new, and this is probably gonna be your first and your very last look at it. So check this out. It is mind-boggling. Wow, 7.75 carats. I have 5 through 12. I have less than 130 available for the whole wide world. I love the double chain on the side. I think it's magnificent using that sterling with the alloy and the 18 karat gold. I love the way it stands up high on those really thick big prongs, and then that is the centerpiece. That's the highlight. So Michael, you've got to tell me, where in the world did you find these stones?
These stones here, Suzanne, are our company's big. We've been around. It's second generation. We started back in 1946. This is actually inventory that these stones I've owned. I made a very large purchase of London Blue Topaz many, many eons ago, and I've held on to them. I had these stones recut years ago, and we micro-faceted the pavilion. You know, Suzanne, getting stones like this today is very, very difficult. First of all, they're not finding topazes that size anymore. And number 2, it's the treatment process to make the London Blue. There's really only one company left in the world that does it. I'm lucky to have this material. And you know, folks, there is an impact that a large single stone will give you, Suzanne, that no other stone will give you. There's something about walking into a room wearing the rock. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And there's that visual impact of a size. That's why we love big diamonds. So if you love a big stone, this has got it. And topaz is 8 on the hardness scale, and it's blessed with almost perfect clarity. So to me, it's pushing all the right buttons, and that price. And you know what, Suzanne? Blue goes with everything. So if you want something you can wear every single day that really is going to grab attention, extremely scratch resistant, this is the one to go for.
Oh, you're right. Oh my gosh, it is. It's one of those stones and those rings that someone's gonna grab your hand and say, you've got to tell me where you got that. They'll be like, oh my, have you ever had somebody do that? And it's gotta be spectacular for someone to grab your hand. And they'll be just like, oh my gosh, tell me, can I try it on? I love when I own rings and my friends say, can I please try that on? And you're like, oh yeah, here, sure, try it. And they're going like, oh my gosh. It's that is that ring. And you know what I really like, Michael? I love what you did on the shoulders of the ring. This is this whole chain look is really neat.
It really, really is, and we really believe in that. We always, you know, the one thing, Suzanne, you're never going to see a plain shank from me, because I always believe that the mounting is as important as the gemstone. And if you notice something with all our rings, at the back of the ring, our standard is 5 millimeter at the back. We don't. You know how many manufacturers will send out the back? We never do that. That's why other rings will bend. Ours don't. That's why we're so generous with the warranty, because we know these are going to last. We build them right. We build them to look beautiful because you want to own them for the rest of your life.
And this is just magical. I just love a big rock.
It is.
I really, and if you're watching the show, you do too. You know, you're the kind who goes, yeah, that's my ring. Yeah, that's it. That's what I need. And you will. I think you're going to just have that open the box moment where you pop it, it comes in the mail, and you get super excited, and then you open the box and you just go, oh, and like you put it on instantly. That is, it's really sensational. Now, last call in size 5, last call size 9 now, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, guys, those are all going to be sold out before our 2-hour launch show is done with Michael. So again, this is your last chance on most of the sizes. I think we have just a hair, but not a lot. I started out with 130. So now that it's last call on most of the sizes, chances are this is going to sell out. And again, get it at home. Here's the other thing I want you to try tonight, because these are sensational pieces. If you aren't absolutely blown away, you will be, I almost guarantee it, but let's say you're not, I get it. You can send it back, and guess what? We refund your money. But the opportunity is now to be able to get some of these sensational pieces that you're just not gonna get again. One, can Michael bring in these stones that are this big and do something like this? And two, he is designing brand new items months down the road. So this probably will never be seen again once it sells out tonight. And that's pretty exciting to have one of those rarefied pieces that you